Tonight on Cronkite News, American tourists in Mexico are stranded after the death of a notorious cartel leader.
Plus, the 4-year anniversary since Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine is almost here. What our Ukrainian community has to say.
And ASU baseball is off to a hot start and the fans are breaking records for their team. Good evening and welcome to Cronkite News. I'm Edward Neiman.
And I'm Caden Rockins. Thank you for joining us.
The U.S. State Department has expanded a shelter-in-place advisory for Americans stranded in Mexico. This comes after the killing of a powerful cartel leader sparked violence in areas popular with tourists. Ruben Oseguera Cervantes, also known as El Mencho, was killed by Mexican forces during a raid yesterday. Following his death, suspected cartel members have torched buses, blocked highways, caused clashes with security forces, and more. Several airlines suspended flights to cities with increased crime, such as Puerto Vallarta and Guadalajara.
It really did look and feel like a war zone. And I think that feeling of anxiety, that feeling of what does happen next or what could happen next is driving what a lot of people are feeling right now.
And it isn't just being felt in airports in Mexico. Here in Phoenix, travelers needed to check before heading out the door to catch flights today. Eric Matsumoto joins us from Sky Harbor with an update on travel from the Southwest.
It's unusually quiet here today due not only to the recent developments in Mexico, but also because of severe winter weather slamming the Northeast. As of this afternoon, 9 flights to Puerto Vallarta have been canceled, along with 40 flights to Northeast cities dealing with intense weather, such as Philadelphia, New York, and Boston. This has left the airport feeling empty and has reduced wait times at all 4 security checkpoints to under 10 minutes. It's not yet clear when flights in and out of Mexico will resume. Mexico's President Claudia Sheinbaum Pardo says it could be sometime today or tomorrow. Spring break is just around the corner, and Mexico is a big destination for folks in Arizona. And Arizona is a big draw for other parts of the country who are seeking our sunshine. Sky Harbor should see increased travel over the next few weeks. We should also point out that TSA workers are getting hit by the partial government shutdown. All of this should make for a very messy upcoming travel season. In Phoenix, Eric Matsumoto, Cronkite News.
Thank you, Eric. Now a quick update for you on the partial government shutdown. Over 60,000 TS agents are working without pay as this shutdown is only affecting the Department of Homeland Security.
Yesterday, DHS said it would suspend a handful of airport services, including TSA PreCheck and Global Entry. The move has garnered immediate backlash from travelers. DHS has since walked back that statement, keeping PreCheck operational and saying, quote, TSA will evaluate on a case-by-case basis and adjust operations accordingly.
As Eric mentioned, part of the slow traffic at Sky Harbor right now is coming from severe winter weather in the Northeast, canceling flights.
Right. It may be warm weather and sunny skies for us here, but major snowstorms are wreaking havoc in multiple states on the East Coast. 26 states have issued weather advisories after a bomb cyclone brings hurricane force wind and heavy snowfall to the Northeast. At least 7 states have already received over 2 feet of snow. Several regions are without power and thousands of flights have been canceled. Our meteorologist, Tyler Wargo, joining us now with a zoomed-out look at what weather the nation is facing.
Right when we thought winter was over, check again. Reoccurring storms are happening all across the country, especially up here in the Northeast. They got tons of snow this past weekend all over New England and into the New York City as well. We take a look going into Wednesday morning. We take a look at what we're expected to see. It seems like it's still going to be snowing Wednesday morning in the Northeast. And as we take a look at Friday morning as well, seems like a lot of rain is going to be traveling off the Gulf into Georgia and South Carolina. And then all that rain is going to be pushing then on into the Atlantic Ocean. So the South is going to be getting a lot of rain continuing throughout the rest of the week. The Northeast is continuing to have a lot of snow up there as well. As that's going to do it, I'll have you guys covered more on the forecast later.
Thank you, Tyler. Shifting gears now to Ukraine, where the war with Russia will hit its 4-year mark tomorrow. As peace talks have stalled, some members of the Ukrainian community fear that their own struggles are overlooked. Cronkite News reporter Emily Fox-Millian spoke with Ukrainians at a demonstration this weekend and joins us now in the newsroom.
Supporters of Ukraine gathered in Tempe, holding flags and reading statistics from a war that they say many people have stopped talking about. But they told me they're determined to keep it from fading out of focus. Cars honk as they pass beneath the Tempe Bridge. Drivers signaling their support while demonstrators above hold Ukrainian flags. People here say the war's impact didn't stay overseas.
We also wanted to be visible. It is vital so that people in the United States and all over the world, so that they will remember that the war is still going on, unfortunately.
For Elena Tonchik, that visibility is personal. She grew up in eastern Ukraine and was forced to flee when Russia first invaded back in 2014.
Unfortunately, not only I lost my home once, I lost it actually twice.
Years later, while in the United States as a Fulbright scholar at ASU, war reached her life again. Now in Tempe, she's rebuilding once more.
And now we are in Arizona, in Tempe, and we are starting our lives third time. So this is a new chapter.
The United Nations estimates that more than 2 million homes across Ukraine have been damaged or destroyed, leaving millions displaced, and that more than 15,000 civilians have been killed since Russia's full-scale invasion.
It's been 4 years now, but we cannot let people forget what Ukraine is fighting for.
Mark Lieber has traveled to Ukraine 4 times since the 2022 invasion, helping evacuees and seeing the damage firsthand. He says those experiences make it impossible to turn away.
To be there personally and see the damage that's been inflicted, the buildings, schools, churches, hospitals, it's really unsettling.
And for Ukrainians now living in Arizona, support means standing together far from home.
It was really important for me to come here and to raise my voice, to say that I am Ukrainian and I'm against war.
And for Elena, part of the starting over is choosing to speak out.
Sometimes I'm thinking, I need to be in my country, I need to be on my soil, on my land. But on another hand, I understand that here in the United States, particularly in Arizona, in Tempe, it is important to have the voice as well.
Organizers tell me they plan to keep holding visibility events and community gatherings here in the Valley, saying public support remains one of the most powerful ways people can stand with Ukraine. In the newsroom, Emily Fox-Millian, Cronkite News.
Thank you, Emily. Now to our continuing coverage of the Arizona legislator. You may remember our coverage last week over a bill that would allow federal immigration agents to be present at election locations. Well, that bill died in the Senate without a hearing. The controversial Senate Bill 1570 would have forced counties to allow ICE agents at polling places in November. The Senate was scheduled to hear the bill Friday, but 6 hours after the hearing began, the chair said SB 1570 would not be heard after all.
And speed enforcement cameras are back in the city of Phoenix as of this morning. That includes these 9 cameras located in areas with histories of speed-involved crashes. The city says that the locations will rotate every 6 months, with 8 additional cameras being in place in 15-mile-per-hour school zones, rotating weekly throughout the school year. We're in the warning period right now. The city won't start giving out actual citations until March 25th. Coming up next, have you filed your taxes yet? If not, there's a new tax break for seniors.
And it could save you thousands.
Most of the people want their money so they could pay payments, or if they have medical bills, pay up the medical bills.
How you or a loved one can take advantage of these new tax codes. Coming up on Cronkite News.
Into those early morning lows, we're up north.
Trail runs about a mile long and not only features different textures and terrain.
65 to 63 after Florida's defense stopped it.
The scientists and engineers that support the next mission to Mars could be in this class.
Getting a degree at ASU is a journey that can take you anywhere. Into a world of groundbreaking technology and renowned award-winning faculty. Professors who help you to impact the world. Whether you're on campus or at home, becoming your best starts with learning from the best.
The Big Beautiful Bill is in effect for this tax season, including several tax code changes, one of them targeting seniors.
Cronkite News reporter Ray Tadoko shows us how senior citizens can get assistance with the new changes.
Senior citizens and retirees like Sylvia Melendez are getting ready to file their taxes and looking forward to a new break.
Most of the people want their money so they could pay payments, or if they have medical bills, pay up the medical bills.
Seniors like Sylvia are heading to Vita Sites, a free tax assistance program provided by the IRS. But before heading inside, you must have a valid ID, social security card, a bank statement, and wage and earning statement.
Vita's always been real good. I've done it for years, and they're very professional, and they have never made a mistake.
These volunteer income tax assistants are here to help low-income communities, seniors, veterans, and people with disabilities file their taxes. And this year, there's a new benefit for seniors.
Big Beautiful Bill last year. There's definitely a huge credit for seniors, the $6,000 wiped off of their taxable income.
President Trump's sweeping legislation last year provides a large new deduction for people older than 65, but make less than $75,000 a year as individuals. It's scheduled to last until the 2028 tax season. For volunteers at Vita Sites, the goal this year is making sure eligible seniors don't miss out.
They're able to increase the refund compared to past years. It's nice being able to see how this tax law impacts positively our clients.
For Sylvia, navigating retirement, every dollar can make a difference.
So I think it's so nice that the city does this for people. It's free, and it's free so you don't have to pay and you don't lose any money, you get everything back out.
In Phoenix, Ray Tadoko, Cronkite News.
Vita programs will be open for eligible qualifiers until the tax filing deadline of April 15th, with sites open in Phoenix for both walk-ins and scheduled appointments.
Today, President Donald Trump warned countries around the world to stick to existing tariff agreements. His comments come after the Supreme Court struck down tariffs he had imposed on nearly every country. In response, President Trump announced global tariffs were increasing. The president has already signed an executive order allowing him to bypass Congress and impose a tax on global imports starting tomorrow.
Following Trump's tariff confusion, his approval rating among independents has hit a new low of 36% ahead of Tuesday's State of the Union address. A new CNN poll found 32% of Americans say President Trump has the right priorities, while 68% said he is putting his energy in the wrong places and he hasn't paid attention to the country's most important problems. His approval rating among Republicans also dropped from 64% to 49% after last year's State of the Union address.
Winter weather continues in the Northeast, but it is about to be unseasonably warm here in the Valley.
Tyler Wargo joins us now from the Cronkite Weather Center with our forecast.
With winter storms reoccurring all across the country, especially in the Northeast, here in Phoenix, it's only getting warmer. As we take a look at the evening planner, 80 degrees at 6 p.m. as well as 8 p.m. being 71 degrees, and then we're going to be expecting to reach those high 60s carrying through the rest of the night. We take a look at the low temperatures. Phoenix is going to be 59 degrees as well as the high country up here, Flagstaff being 33 as well as Sedona being 50. However, if you're a hiker, you definitely want to get outside because the weather that we're experiencing up north in the high country with Flagstaff being 60 and Sedona being 71, and then Phoenix being a nice consistent high 80s. It's going to be some good hiking weather and outdoor weather in general. As we take a look at the 8-day forecast, guys, it's a lot warmer this week than it was last week. Last week was in the low 60s as their high temperatures, but this week we're expected to reach those mid to high 80s yet again. We take a look at the rest of the week. Guys, we are back at the low 90s. Does this mean that we're going to see triple digits a lot earlier this year? Might be the case. If you then take a look at Monday and Tuesday being the high and low of 80 degrees. So it's going to be some good consistent weather. You're definitely going to want to go outside if you guys like to go hiking or even go on a walk because this week is definitely going to be warm welcomed. As that's going to do it, my name is Tyler Wargo with the Weather Center. Sending it back to you guys.
Coming up next, a major move for the Arizona Cardinals.
The team breaks ground on a new facility in North Phoenix. Some say the project can impact more than just football.
What this piece of property is going to be is not only an economic engine, but it's going to be an economic headquarters for the city of Phoenix, for this region, and for the whole state of Arizona.
The new location promises cutting-edge facilities and signals the team's next chapter. Coming up on Cronkite News.
into those early morning lows. We're up north.
Trail runs about a mile long and not only features different textures and terrain.
65 to 63 after Florida's defense stopped them.
The scientists and engineers that support the next mission to Mars could be in this class.
Getting a degree at ASU is a journey that can take you anywhere. Into a world of groundbreaking technology and renowned award-winning faculty. Professors who help you to impact the world. Whether you're on campus or at home, becoming your best starts with learning from the best.
Welcome to the Cronkite Sports Report. I'm Gabby Chernoff. ASU baseball is off to a blazing start to the season, boasting a perfect 7-0 record that has caught the attention of both fans and students across the valley. In turn, Phoenix Municipal Stadium is seeing big crowds and rowdy student sections. Starting off the season strong, the Sun Devils had the second biggest opening night crowd in program history, as fans have continued their support ever since. Crowds have cheered on the team at every turn, and the Sun Devils have given them great baseball to watch. But nobody has been more vocal than the big student sections showing up to the games. Head coach Willie Bloomquist is encouraging fans to continue to come out and support the team.
For the people in the valley that are coming in town and people that are here, this is meaningful baseball, and it's fun, up-tempo baseball, and the more fans that come, the better it is for us, for our program. We set an attendance record last year. We'd like to do it again this year.
ASU will continue its season against 4 straight ranked teams, including tomorrow at Oklahoma, and will be back home on March 6th to host LMU before taking on the Arizona Wildcats on March 10th. ASU men's and women's swim and dive is poised to capture its second Big 12 championship as the men went undefeated in the regular season. Cronkite News reporter Jay Jouffre has more on the team that's making a splash.
ASU men and women's swim and dive ended the regular season with a territorial cup victory over Arizona, but the Sun Devils are not done chasing wins. They are preparing to race some of the fastest competition in the country as they look forward to the Big 12 championships.
It's such a great meet, so fun, a lot of competition, and it always brings out the best competitors. So I'm super excited. It's my last conference of my life, so I'm ready to bring it for that.
For the swimmers, the focus may be on the level of competition waiting at Big 12s. But inside the program, the message stays simple. This part of the season is less about who is in the next lane and more about what ASU can control. When championship time arrives, improvement matters more than opponents.
Continuing the rivalry, and ultimately it's not necessarily about them, it's about us, the best we can do, and raising the bar and kind of comparing it to the fastest we've been all year and just trying to be faster than that so we can just keep getting better and better.
ASU men are backed by a top title contender named Remy Fabiani, a favorite to win the men's 200 free at the Big 12 championships, and a swimmer who has consistently placed first in the men's 50, 100, and 200 free during the regular season.
He actually pointed it out today that the slowest 200 free he's gone is 132.7, which I think was third in Big 12s last year. So it's like, okay, you're pretty consistent at that. So he's been somebody who we knew he'd be pretty good coming in, but he's somebody who could be like turn some heads at the NCAA level.
It's time to prepare for the Big 12 championship. In Tucson, for Cronkite News, I'm Jay Jouffre.
The Big 12 championships are slated to take place February 24th through the 28th in Greensboro, North Carolina, where ASU will look to turn a strong season into a conference title. The Arizona Cardinals are taking a major step toward their future in North Phoenix as team and city leaders broke ground this past Thursday for their upcoming new performance center. Our Justin Lacertoso reports that it's a project expected to have impact beyond the gridiron.
The next chapter of the Arizona Cardinals' future will soon go into construction right here on this dirt, as the organization held a groundbreaking ceremony here at Paradise Ridge, North Phoenix, for its upcoming state-of-the-art performance center and headquarters, which will soon go into construction with a target date of 2028.
What I wanted was the most premier location for the Cardinals. Our players deserve it, our coaches deserve it, our fans deserve it. Right here at the 101, it's going to have a ton of visibility.
The 217-acre land was purchased last summer for $136 million, and with shovels officially in the ground, the facility's impact is expected to reach beyond just the Cardinals.
This is so much bigger than football, although that will be anchored by football.
What this piece of property is going to be is not only an economic engine, but it's going to be an economic headquarters for the city of Phoenix, for this region, and for the whole state of Arizona.
The facility will include an expanded locker room with updated spaces for athletic training, strength and conditioning, and medical staff. So it's safe to say the space is generating lots of optimism.
I just was talking with our new head coach, Mike LaFleur, and he told me it's such a big deal. He guarantees a Super Bowl in the first year.
It doesn't guarantee wins. It just gives you a chance, all right, to put your best foot forward on Sundays.
It's a lot of land, so the vision could be, as big as you want. But where the facility's going, they've showed us a little bit of what it's going to look like, and just seems out, unreal, and just excited to be a part of it.
For the Cardinals, this ceremony was about laying the foundation, not just in the ground, but also for where it believes it's headed next. In North Phoenix, Justin Lacertosa, Cronkite News.
And with a new era on the horizon in the desert, Trey McBride said the Cardinals are eager to get back to their winning ways. The All-Pro tight end senses an opportunity to do that with a revamped coaching staff headlined by head coach Mike LaFleur.
Very positive, very excited, all the above. Obviously had a lot of success in this division before, so I'm excited to have him as a head coach and bring piecing the staff together and just getting to know everybody, getting to learn and all that stuff. I'm very excited for what's to come.
LaFleur and the Cardinals brought in 11 new assistants while retaining 10 from last season's staff. In Olympic news, for the first time ever, both the U.S. men's and women's hockey teams stand atop the Olympic podium, both bringing home gold from Italy. Team USA delivered a performance for the ages as the women won their third Olympic gold, continuing a legacy that began in 1998. After a seat-gripping performance from the men's team, the U.S. defeated Canada 2-1 in an overtime thriller, making the first Olympic gold for the Americans since the 1980 miracle 46 years ago. This was also the first time the American men's team won Olympic gold with NHL players participating. More on the Olympics. Skier Lindsey Vonn is finally out of the hospital, and she has some updates. In an Instagram video, Vonn credits her doctor with saving her leg after a massive crash at the Olympics. She says the fractures left her leg with compartment syndrome. Had it not been identified and corrected with surgery, doctors may have had to amputate her leg. Vonn is still immobile, and her bone fractures will likely take a year to heal. That's it for tonight's Cronkite Sports Report. I'm Gabby Chernoff. Thank you for joining us. Now back to Edward and Caden at the desk.
Thanks, Gabby. Coming up next, a gigantic return to the Galapagos Islands.
And this return is decades in the making. How an extinct species is making its way back to its home in a big way. Coming up on Cronkite News.
Welcome back. A momentous wildlife restoration event is happening in the Galapagos Islands.
That's right. Dozens of giant tortoises are roaming the island once again after being wiped out nearly 200 years ago. 158 tortoises were just released on the island. They disappeared in the mid-1800s from a combination of hunting and the introduction of pigs to the island, which ate tortoise eggs. But with the help of modern science and DNA from the bones of extinct tortoises, they are back.
That's it for tonight's edition of Cronkite News. I'm Edward Neiman.
And I'm Caden Rockins. Thank you for joining us.